Hi, everyone. This is Linda G. coming to you from Northern California, where it's been in the 80s. And I wanted to do a little show not long today. And I um been feeling pretty good. My sister is doing fine. She sees ortho tomorrow. Thank you guys for all your well wishes. She really appreciates that. And Nicole's doing good. Everybody's doing good. So, hello, hello, hello. Let's get a little holy water and let's start to rumble. I thank you also. You guys sent me questions. Okay, I got my holy water going. Yeah, yeah. I shower with this twice a day. Okay, so here we go. All right, and some of you guys sent in questions, and I'll be on tomorrow. You guys also send in questions with Nate. I'll be on tomorrow with Nate. I'm looking forward to it. I always have a good time with him. He's such a nice person. Okay. And then this next Monday, I'm not going to be on with Mel. Mel's out of town. So I'm going to be doing, let's see, am I doing Monday? Yeah, Arthur's going to join me. So I got somebody to play off. I'll post questions on that too. Okay, so thank you. I've been having some intense dreams, you guys. I just feel a lot of energy coming up, and boy, uh, Patel is getting ready to go. Trump is acting out. Remember before he lost to Biden, how he would be up all night doing Truth Social, just being cray cray? He's doing that now, but I wanted to take a look, see at him going to China because I get a real strong feeling China might make a something out of him. I don't know what they're doing. They're not going to take him out, but I feel like they just don't really like him. And he's going to beg them for stuff. He's going to beg them. I don't know what he's doing here, but I can see him. You know, he, we go way back. I don't see the leader around him very much. I see the leader seeing him on occasion, but I don't see no red carpets out for him. I don't see people trying to get on his good side. They're just standing there looking at him. So I don't know why all of a sudden I got the hiccups. Sorry, guys. Oh, Peggy's asked a good question too. Peggy, I'll answer your question, but I just want to look at China. I guess, is he leaving today? Somebody just said yes. Tell me about the trip to China. And I've been sleeping really good and hard and waking up like 7 a.m. I used to wake up at 3 and 4. Soon, soon is what I'm hearing. Soon. There's something to do when he comes back from China that he realizes how much, you know what? Here's the hard part. He doesn't realize that he's the one that isolated us. He thinks it's everybody else's fault. So he doesn't stand up to the plate and say, you know, I'm so sorry to the American people. I've isolated you. He's isolated us. And people just don't plain like him. He likes all his little staff in there that hail Trump, but they're not, a lot of them are going to go running when it's time. Tell me about China. I see them saying yes on something. I just saw that guy, the leader of China, the one that he has that poker face. And I see him saying something like, well, go ahead and say yes to this. He might have already sent a letter before he left, hoping to discuss these things. But, that's like the one thing he gets, but you got to give him something. And then he'll make a big deal about this one little tidbit of something he gets. Remember when he tried to change all those tariffs? And then China said, well, we're going to start charging America 125% tariff. This guy is powerful, this guy in China right now. Ooh, not good. Something will definitely change. I see about three different people in a room with Trump with an interpreter. Close the door. Trump has other people with him, including Elon Musk, but those people aren't in the room. These other people, some of them they're interested in talking to because it involves money. So tell me what's going to happen. I see three different men speaking with Trump, mano a mano, saying to him, we're just waiting, like TikTok. As soon as you're gone, we'll look forward to having another relationship with you, with the United States. We're just waiting because you're worthless. I mean, I almost feel like they tell him, you're a waste of our time. You remember that look he got when he walked out of that meeting with Putin? Remember how ruffled he was? That's what I'm seeing right now. So we'll see what happens. So some sort of ending and the relationship is upside down. There's no comfort in the past or the future. Tell me about those other people that are around him. There's a whole group of other men, including Elon Musk. They're even talking about, the Chinese are talking about how awful the whole Trump administration and these white men that think they're all that. I don't think they like Elon Musk. They've come into some agreements with him, but they don't like him. Elon Musk is going to lose all his contracts with the United States. I just heard that as clear as day. I might have told you this before. He's going to lose all of it. Ooh, he's up a creek without in a canoe without a paddle. He's definitely going to go down. I just got to look at Elon. They keep showing me Elon. Did you see what somebody said? They called him Cash App Patel. Did you see him today at that hearing? I didn't. I just barely looked at it. He was calling one senator, yeah, well, you left with a $7,000 bar tab. Who has a $7,000 bar tab besides my family when they were young? Who drinks? He was this senator is an old man. You left with a. Did you see the World of the Dead? Mitch McConnell looked like he was somebody might have been behind him and pulling his skin to make it look like he was talking. Why do you keep showing me Elon? What's the deal with Elon? Elon Musk is getting ready to implode. Elon Musk is in a lot of trouble. I don't think it's even just France. I think it's maybe even the UK. He's over there talking to Trump, but Trump is like, they all are going to know. Trump is preoccupied because he's losing his mind. So he's just trying to think straight, but he can't. What is it about Elon Musk that you want me to know? He's looking to make money on this trip. He's getting ready to lose his contracts with the United States as soon as it won't be until the new president comes in. He stands with the demon. He stands with the devil. He's not a good man at all. And whatever he's hoping to get from China, he's not going to get. They're going to be packing their bags and leaving. Look at this. Look at this. Any idea of getting stuff, barking at the moon, not getting anything they want. Maybe they won't present it to us, the United States of America, as like a bummer, but I'm going to tell you, it's a bummer. It's not going to work out. Oh, somebody just said he's bringing corporate CEOs along, not government cabinet. Well, yeah, these guys are looking to make a deal. There might be two out of the whole bunch that get some sort of deal. But I see Elon being looked at kind of with a, not with favor at all. And Trump is just, and Trump's acting like, I brought these people with you, like we're presenting these gifts to you. Okay. This is a good one from Peggy Brown. What was Obama's meeting behind closed doors with other leaders? And it's so funny. I didn't know there was a meeting behind closed doors with other leaders, but when she said that, the first thing I got was how they're going to be able to not necessarily take Trump out, but make sure that, this is the blue wave hits hard and give him no power because he will be sitting there with no power. None whatsoever. Do you know he has a feeling? I'm sure somebody's told him, sir, you're going to lose bigly. But he doesn't really get, even with the cheating and everything they think they can do, how badly they're going to lose, which is a reflection upon him. So the Obama meeting behind closed doors. Some of them are complaining about issues they're having. Obama's so cool. There won't be a third term for Obama or Trump. Obama's not interested. I mean, God forbid if Trump actually ran again because the Supreme Court said, yeah, he can do it, but they won't. But he said this, and I believe him, that his wife would kill him. Who wants to be president? It's just really hard, unless you're somebody like Trump who makes all kinds of money off of it. That family's going to lose everything. I don't see Trump living long enough to go through the punishment he should go through, but I see his family having to give up so much. There's monies they're going to find. It's going to be something. So what was that meeting about? They're talking about voting. That's what I'm hearing, about voting. Eventually, we're going to come out of that system of the political way we vote. Eventually, it's going to be by popular vote. But this is maybe 8, 9 years down the road. What were you guys talking about? They're all very, very aware. Oh, okay, hold on. Of what a clear and present danger Donald Trump is. But they're watching him implode, and they want to protect us because they don't want him to bring us down while he goes under. So they're talking about ways to preserve the United States. But they know he's going down. And those who acted like they were all pro-Trump, you think some of them are gone now. There's even more. His administration, I see walking away. I see him going absolutely reserved. This could be in June or July, and he might really start firing people. $7,000 bar bill. He did that Pam Bondi thing where he starts trying to talk like, and you're a pedophile and you're in this. He said, sir, I wasn't asking about you guys. I was asking about this particular thing with I mean, he just tried to change it, but he was like a little kid. Sticks and stones may break my bones. So it wasn't very professional. So I see a couple of CEOs going to China and getting something they want, working out something, because the leader of China, he don't mind making a deal, but they can't stand Trump. And Putin is telling him, don't trust Trump, which is interesting. So real quick, okay, so the meeting behind closed doors, the meeting behind closed doors, they're talking about how to protect the United States and protecting the Constitution and what everybody needs to do. But they're very sure that it's going to be a blue wave. He just doesn't have enough people. I mean, I don't care how much they cheat. Maybe you got one state that has more MAGA, but you don't have, there's not that many. And a lot of them aren't going to come out to vote because they can't afford the gas to get down there. Okay, so now I want to look at, because I just saw Putin telling the leader of China, don't trust Trump. But did you guys hear on the news today that one of their ships went missing with it was on its way to North Korea and it had two nukes on it. That's concerning. What happened to that ship? Oh, did Ukraine have something to do with this? Somebody knew that where that ship was. Ukraine has beaten the hell out of Russia. And by the way, Zelensky just announced after he agreed to give them back 1,000 POWs in order for them not to attack the Red Square, they never got. Liar, he's Indian giver. Tell me about that ship that disappeared with two nukes inside. I'm surprised it's not plastered all over the news. We want the truth and only the truth. Tell me about the ship, the Russian ship missing with two, was it a submarine or a ship? It's destroyed. It might be in the bottom of the ocean, is what I'm getting. It can't run anymore. It's been destroyed. I don't know why I see Putin. Some military action. They're all upset, including Kim Jong-un. Look at that. They're working on the bad. The light of day. Um, this is not just Ukraine. It could have been the UK and a couple of people. But it's definitely something that we won't see again because it feels like it's at the bottom of the ocean, which I don't feel safe with a couple of nukes at the bottom of the ocean. Okay, thank you. They told me eventually after Trump is out of office and Putin's gone, which he will be gone, that they will have a search and actually find out exactly where it is. They'll be able to pinpoint it. But go ahead. You were saying? They're telling me, I don't know why Zelensky knows, but I'm almost feeling Netanyahu was also kind of involved with this. Is Netanyahu against Ukraine? Because it's weird. I'm seeing Zelensky and Netanyahu, but don't forget that North Korea said if Israel attacks Iran, he's going to blow them out of the water. He's going to blow Israel out of the water with nukes. And that might have been Putin helped him along, giving him a couple of nukes, although they already have nukes. And maybe because Netanyahu's outstretch of intel goes a little further, but I see that. Also, Zelensky mentioned that ever since he stopped sharing with the United States any of their intel, that, oops, sorry, I just hit my knee on the thing. Um, that they're not getting sabotaged like they used to. Isn't that terrible? Here we were supposed to work with them and they just blew it. I got the weirdest hit just now. I saw I saw the orange crush on all fours on the ground sobbing. I see him sobbing. It's weird. I don't know if we'll actually see that, but I see him he might even be home and he gets news and he collapsed all four on the ground sobbing. He might even be in the hospital. Sorry, you guys. It kind of changes. I just saw like hospital equipment. I don't see Melania helping him at all. Why are you sobbing? It's over. It's over, he's saying. Nobody appreciated me. Apparently they're suing him on that on those waters he was going to sandblast and everything. He thinks that's his house. Those are his waters. It's his ability to put statues of himself up. Like we want to look at that mug. Be different if he was good looking. Jesus. Pauline, I know he's getting ready to have a health issue. I saw him. I saw him on all fours, but it feels like it's either a breakdown. It doesn't feel as physical as mental, like going out of his mind. Yeah, I think we'll have a little bit better reason, Kathy, to be able to celebrate our 250th anniversary because we're no ding dong, the witch is pretty much going down. Um, Somebody said Rubio was not allowed into China. Did anybody hear that? I don't know if that's true. So Sherry says the felon is planning on having Vance impeached and replaced with Rubio. I don't see him having Vance impeached. He doesn't want to start up something that he can't finish and that he'll end up being, if he's not impeached, he's DEAD or committed. Um, Marco Rubio is in everything people are thinking. He's just as bad. So is JD Vance. I see all of them shocked by how bad things are going to get. This is how bad. I see rocks being thrown. It might be at buildings. I don't want riots because he'll call whatever that is. But I feel the rocks could represent, verbal hits. Everybody's talking. That's how come. This is what makes me mad about the press. They wanted Trump in there so they could have something to make money. But now he's getting so bad and he's stepping in on our rights. Everybody's just about had it, and especially with the Supreme Court, who are all going down. Don't worry about Alito. He's going down. They're all going down. 35 seats are up for the Senate midterms, Namas said. Do you see a good portion? Absolutely, girlfriend. Shockingly is what I'm getting. We were wishing, we're hoping, but we couldn't even dream how good this. And I told you guys this years ago. I told you this was going to happen. Remember the guy said they have to see who he really is. And we're really going to see who he is. Oh. Leslie wrote me. She said, I can't believe how sweet you are. I'm not as sweet as I used to be. Over 150,000 subscribers, and you send a handwritten note of thanks for the sympathy card I made in honor of Lulu. She made the cutest sympathy card. and you gave my donation to animal rescue. That's how I roll. You know, I don't encourage people to send money to me at all. My preferred method, like these guys said, I got a lot of cash because people were saying, I know, girl, I know it cost you an arm. And it did. It was thousands of dollars between Lulu having to have her her scan that found the cancer and then having to have her put down and cremated. But I'm lucky. I have, thanks to YouTube, I have the money to be able to take care of business. That's why, I have the luxury of like with donations and stuff. You guys won't believe I give to Give Well. Have you ever heard of them? They take the money and they put it towards all kinds of really good causes all through the world, not just in the United States. I give to World Kitchen. I give to Ukraine. Um, there's just so many things in animal rescue and horse rescue. Um, just cool stuff. So anyway, thank you, sweetie. But the love and the affection I got from people, Lulu was loved, and you guys just made us feel it. By the way, Jack is doing good. A little bit. Remember, I told you he'll still eat, but he didn't eat much of his food. But that lasted a week. But now he's eating good. He's very calm. He used to not be a calm baby. He was jumping and staring. He doesn't stare at me as much as Lulu did. Lulu would sit there. But he's a good boy, and he's a doll. It's a pleasure to have him. So thank you, you guys. So you guys are so cool. I try to get to a lot of your emails, and my daughter, her son's in school and a lot of baseball and stuff. So she's doing a lot of stuff too. So I try to get in there and help her out. Oh, this is an easy peasy question. Why did Marjorie Taylor Greene move to Costa Rica? Hello. Somebody said she sold her place in Georgia and moved to Costa Rica. But what about all that stuff on the news that she had moved right near Trump in Florida? That's weird. And the guy that was Marjorie Taylor's boyfriend got reamed by Trump for ever dating her, and he quit. Remember that guy? He always looked like he had those big bags under his eyes. But anyway, God bless her. I'm glad she got the hell out of Dodge. But oh wait, she's not running for anything. I was just going to say she can't be in the legislative, but she's not living in Georgia. She's moved to Costa Rica. Costa Rica is very nice. Costa Rica is very nice. She's just laying still, just like Rosie O'Donnell. She's in Ireland. Oh God, she's so lucky. She loves it there. She'll probably never quite leave Ireland, but she'll be back. A lot of people will be back in the United States. Um, will MAGA ever accept that they were conned by Trump, and will these golden statues of him ever be recognized as idols by his evangelical followers? Yeah, they're finding out now. The guy that did that one statue of him out in front of one of his golf flings, that big tall statue, pedo, you know what, big time, and good friend with Trump. I wonder why. But MAGA's already feeling it. They're already knowing it, especially with these gas prices. It's just terrible. And every time Iran presents something that says, here's our deal, and then he says, I don't like it. Guess who's standing right next to him? Bibi. Bibi's standing right next to him. Don't take it. Don't take it. And they're still bombing. And Iran has hit a couple of our destroyers. And one mother was able to get some message from her son on the USS Abraham Lincoln saying, we're starving on the ship. But in the meantime, they have balls and they're going to do this and they're eating like pigs. And our men and women in the military can't have food. And that hedgehog today, He said, "Can you give us a rough estimate how much it's going to cost to replace all the stuff that Iran destroyed, all the bases?" Oh, he was so indignant. Such an idiot. Such an idiot. You guys, don't worry. Don't worry. Listen, I got to tell you too, uh, Becerra in California, I think is going to win. That's my pick. But that Hilton guy is right neck to neck. And if those two go on the main ballot, um, dear God, we don't want Hilton in there. Hilton is a Trumpster, the guy with the English accent, and don't we just don't want him in there. Um, but apparently, a lot of people are turning on Katie Porter. Number one, she's so low in the polls. They tell her step out so Becerra can get more votes. And she's trying to act like Becerra's getting to be arrested any minute now. No, he's not. And so people are really, and they said, oh, she acts like, I got a 200,000 miles car and I got this and that. Apparently, the house she got was from some university she worked at for 300,000 and she was explicitly told you cannot sell this house. So I don't know if she tried to sell it, but she can't make money off that house because it's supposed to belong to the university. So anyway, yeah, I heard about that Hawaiian monk seal that got hit and that Edgar something Chuck threw a rock. He got out of Dodge. Yeah, he's in trouble. He's going to get charged a really big fine. He won't do it again because it was too much publicity. That I hope the Hawaiian monk seal is okay. Can you zero in on Christmas 2026? What's the mood of our country? I just heard happy. 2026 Christmas. 2026 Christmas. Okay. Celebration. New beginnings. I went to look at the bleakness, but it looks like we might not be able to afford, and it still could be very expensive to get things, but I see the world happier, probably because he's gone. Wouldn't that be the best Christmas present ever? Um, Mother Mary watching over us. New beginnings. Look at this. New beginnings. Um, Looks like a powerful woman might die around between now and Christmas. I see a woman. I see plastered all over the news. Um, I keep hearing people screaming honor, honor. Yeah, he can't go hardly anywhere because people are booing him everywhere. But that gives us a little satisfaction. But what we want is the end to this madness. We want him gone. The Pope wants him gone, for goodness sakes. No, China will not intercede with Trump's attack on Cuba, not at all. And I see Putin helping Cuba. Not that he can help much. He's living in underground. It's the, Zelensky's destroyed. Oh, Zelensky. Listen, pretty soon we'll be able to take a trip to Ukraine. We'll have to plan. They might even have, not so expensive hotels. I don't care. I'll sleep on a cot just so I can spend money in Ukraine to assist them in rebuilding their beautiful place. But I see Ukraine doing really good. Interesting, I'm seeing people parading and being very happy about Ukraine, and we were talking about Christmas, so maybe that's what it means. Tell me about Ukraine. Wisconsin will have a Democratic governor. You guys are going to be surprised, pleasantly surprised. Not surprised like we were when he won. Oh my God, we were devastated. I lost like 1,000 subscribers that night. People just were so mad, and I don't blame you. And I remember begging the guys, why? Why would you? And they said, Linda, man has free will, and his people need to see who he really is. We already knew who he was, and we got that god awful pain in our gut, knowing that, oh, this is going to be a tough one. And the ugliness of the files, oh, that's all coming out. So many people are going down. A lot of this behind the scenes rings of people that take these young people. They even got one out here where I live. Some hotel had all these young girls they were holding on to. I think they were from Mexico. So yeah, they're killing that off. So look at this. Ukraine is going to win. Hell yeah. And it's about ready, maybe even by November, it's over. Only 6 months till November. I feel Clarence Thomas is going to step down as soon as those midterms start coming in, and he knows it's going to be a blue wave. He's out of there because he knows they're going to call him in. Will the Utah data center get built? I'm not feeling it gets built. Didn't they go against the people's wishes? I see somebody presenting something on a ballot. Speaking of ballot, I got to fill out my ballot. Will the Utah data center get built? But what's going to happen after we have a lot of DEMs? These data centers take up too much water and electricity, and they're going to insist that they can't keep running them the way they're running them because they're taking away from people who need it. Yeah, they're not going to allow the Utah one. There's some that are going to get built, but they're not going to allow. Probably in more red states. I see them throwing out money, so they might pay people decent money, so that's why they're happy to have it. But why would you starve your children of fresh water? They might have to pay to have water shipped in. But they said, hold on. They're going to hold off on this Utah thing so long. There's so many things that are going to interfere, maybe lawsuits, that it doesn't get done. Question, will Phoenix, Arizona get too hot and have water problems in the next few years? Yeah, I see heat in Arizona. I think the other day it was 108 at the sound of the tone. Oh, yes, peaceful thinker. The guy that ran into the runway in front of the Frontier plane wasn't intentional. Yes, it was. He just was done with life. But oh, that was a terrible thing to do because those poor pilots and those poor people. Jesus. I'll tell you, do you guys ever fantasize like what would you do? I've always laughed when I see, they tell you don't, because it already started a fire in the engine. And they're saying, get off, don't grab your luggage, just get the hell off. And I saw this guy with this big old huge luggage going down, holding on to his luggage. And I probably would need like my bag that I usually check my luggage, but with my medications and stuff to have, because you just don't know if it's going to burn up in the plane. And they always have their phone out taking pictures. But yeah, I'd have to take my little bag because, only my regular suitcase, it would take too much for my double wide JC Penney's underwears to fit in there. So, but he did it intentionally. I got that clear. instant. The guy didn't feel a thing. Um, and do you know, I see lawsuits against Frontier, but then they're going to sue the airport for not having it secure enough to keep people from running in front of the plane. That's so weird. I just saw that. The Democrats are going to be able to change what Virginia did. People are saying, well, will Trump survive the flight? Somebody on one of these shows said, yeah, well, it wouldn't hurt our feelings if it crashed and burned. Um, okay, I just got a weird head. Trump isn't paying attention and he's decreasing amounts of money like that should go for, don't worry about that hantavirus thing. It's not a big explosion. We might get another bird flu, but I'm not seeing a big explosion pandemic. Um, but Trump is acting like American money is his money, and I see him cutting something that will hurt him. And I don't, this is the hit I got. My father, my father was the type to say, why is that light still on? He'd save money. He wouldn't replace nothing with no new use, no cars, new cars. He would, um, toasters. I think we had a toaster from the 1800s. He still managed to get that to run. But he had a motorcycle and it needed something. I can't remember. Condensed, what was it? It was a Mako, and he was an enduro racer. And the part was like $35. And he decided he didn't want to spend that money. So he went out trail racing on his own, out up in the hills. And that part went wide open. It caused the gas to flow in and he flew. And he literally snapped his spinal cord. He broke his back at his lower L3, 4, I don't know. He was a paraplegic. And he thought the bike was hitting him in the back, but it was his legs. And I don't know why I got that hit, but since they're showing me that and they showed me Trump, it's like he's going to cut something. Usually he doesn't cut for himself, but he's going to cut something that's really going to affect him. I think it could even be with these things coming up with these things coming up with the climate changes, etc. That there's no money in the pot for to help people, and it's going to really affect him. Um, from one Linda to another, you go, girl. That's what I'm talking about, girlfriend. Somebody said LMA, no, LMAO for what's his face. I was typing the little thing to tell you guys to leave me questions. I said, I'm going to look at what's his face trip to China. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I'm going to do Nate's tomorrow. Angel of Light and Mercy. What do you want to tell people? I told you I'd make this short, and we're already past 30 minutes. What do you want everybody to know? What do you want people to know? I see another death of someone, big name. Could be Hollywood. Feels like a male. Okay, this is weird. I just got a picture of like a freeway. I see flames. I see helicopters taking pictures. I see people at a full stop. Some sort of tragedy with that's on a freeway, could be a plane crashes into a freeway, could even be a light plane, but something causes these cars to have to stop. Transportation being affected by some unexpected. Is it purposeful? No, it feels like something happened. It could even be like a big truck that has all kinds of gas on it. We had that happen out here where I live on the overpass going into San Francisco. You could either go into Berkeley or San Francisco, and some guy was going too fast and his fuel tank burned, and it burned so hot that it caused the upper levels to collide down into the lower levels. So that main thoroughfare for San Francisco Bay Area was shut down. I think Gavin Newsom was part of this, but they ended up rebuilding it, I think, in less than a month. They got the bigwigs in there and boom, boom, boom. That's what I'm feeling now. It's something unexpected that affects transportation. I just got that. And maybe a male energy form leaving us. Everybody's like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Okay. All right, you guys. Thank you for the questions, and I'll see you tomorrow with Nate. You have a good night. Love you all. Cheers.